Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live.
Okay. That's right, ladies and gents. We're doing it live. Welcome to another live stream, live analysis. It's going down. Hit the like button as you guys get in here, and we get things started for this Friday. Happy Friday, TG. What is it? Thank God it's Friday. TGIF. Remember those days? Anybody remember the restaurant Fridays? It used to be called TGIF or something like that. TGIF Fridays, right? So that was the name of it. Boy, it was nothing like the 1990s and the early 2000s. Those were the years, my friend. Those were absolutely the years. Shout out to all my 90s babies. 80s baby, but 90s, you know, raised me, is what they say. Hit the like button. We're going to get started here today. Of course, you know, Bloodalytics.com, Scalpalytics Pro. Being upgraded today, ladies and gents. Today, yes, indeed. Zoom in and see that. That's right. Today, we are definitely upgrading. So all my members, look out for basically you'll have a new invitation to the updated indicator. And the links will stay the same, though. You'll have the same link. There will be, instead of the current indicator, you'll see the version 2. I'll be doing a video this weekend going over all of that information on how to use it. It'll be, of course, pre-configured for you. But at least you'll have the new system. All right, we got Enzo in the building. Shout out to Enzo. Shout out to him. TGI Fridays, man, classic. Money making Joey says TGI Friday's been trash for years. Yo, yeah, I haven't eaten there in 10 years, 15 years. All the food is trash. That's why I don't eat. You know, if I go to a restaurant, it's a nice restaurant, it's a higher end restaurant, or we're eating at the house, or we go to the grocery store and get some good food. But yeah, man, it has been trash for years, bro. I don't eat TGI. I don't eat any of those fast chain, well, they're not even fast food, but hell, you might as well call them fast food. Hyman says, I think they are still around. Yeah, they are. They're still around. I've seen them. Definitely seen them. But yeah, Bloodalytics upgrades coming today. In addition to that, over the weekend, you're getting the Skunk Works systems, which are these right here. Very hyper scalper systems here. I mean, I'm talking 15-second and 5-second, getting down into the nitty gritty. Like this is, let me just see. This is Zcash. Shout out to Jason Lenz. He put me on adding the algo to Zcash because the swings are phenomenal. Still suggest doing these trades during like more volatile time periods. But I mean, this is on the Zcash one will be on the 5-second. Now you will have to have an upgraded TradingView account, so you can't just use if you have a basic account, you won't be able to utilize these properly. But this is on the 15-second Solana. Look at that, Solana killed it right there in the Eurozone, and it's been running ever since. So this is a very hypersensitive, very detailed, high frequency system that will be available for you or to you if you're subscribed for the next couple of weeks. And then we'll rotate. I'm doing 2 pairs at a time, so I'll roll out probably Ethereum and Solana, and then next 2 weeks we'll roll out or swap out some other pairs. But yeah, this is going crazy right now. Ethereum, look at this Ethereum going crazy on the 15-second. So that's all yesterday. This is yesterday's trades with this system. You would have gone short right at at the start of the session. 9:30, boom, gone short right there on Ethereum, and then taking profits all the way down here. Now it's a very, like I said, you got to be hands on deck. This is not something that you just set and forget. You got to be in front of your computer and ready to go with this one here. So again, look out for that. Shout out to all my Bloodalytics members. Yeah, House of Trades in the building. Yes, indeed. They're serving 3D printed steaks and chickens out here. Exactly, Crypto Yo. They sure are. Yeah, man. Steakhouses only. I like Capital Grill. Capital Grill is alright. They've fallen off over the years as well. A lot of, seriously, man, like, I used to go to Capital Grill back in the early 2000s when it was still pretty elite and high end, but they've fallen off as well. Now, one chain, I know we're getting off topic, but since we're here, we got to talk about it. One chain, national chain, that is very good, and I'm just surprised that they're so good because they have so many locations. Typically, you know, the steakhouses and stuff are better if they're just one-offs. But Eddie V's, ladies and gentlemen, Eddie V's, very good. Eddie V's is very good. If you haven't checked them out, check them out. Started in Austin, Texas. I went to the original one in Austin, Texas a couple years ago, but they have one here in Detroit, or Metro Detroit, I should say. Yeah, well, how do you guys feel about the markets, man? It is, jeez. We had some rough periods yesterday, right? Everyone thought it was over. Look at that. We touched 59 on some exchanges. 59. Crazy. 59. Just missed my downtrend right there. If you zoom all the way out, you might as well just say that was it, right? Pretty close. So, where do we go from here? Well, I'll tell you where we ain't going. We ain't going probably past 73 at this point. I don't think, and if we do, we're going to get stopped at 77, 76 range, which is our trend line right here. Massive move up. As Hyben said, a $10,000 move up. That's a 17% move up. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, it's not over. As far as I'm saying, the sky hasn't fallen yet. Yet on that. But we still got some headwinds. We still have to worry about MicroStrategy. They had their call yesterday. Peter Schiff, man. Peter's got a hard on for Bitcoin. I think he's pissed that he missed getting into the biggest investment opportunity he could have had in his lifetime. He'd probably be a billionaire by now, if the amount of money, because he was already a wealthy person when he got in. I was a struggling entrepreneur, had my small business owner. I was running my web development company at that point. And this is post 08. My industry didn't get hit until like 2011, 12. We start seeing a slowdown in a lot of creative work and stuff. So I only had like $1,000, which changed my life. $1,000 put into Bitcoin was actually less than that. It was like $800. I bought 10 of them. It's like 89 bucks, 70. It was like 89 bucks when I bought Bitcoin. But man, if I was really bankrolled, I would have billions right now. But I say all that to say I think he's butthurt. Because why is he in the damn MicroStrategy call? What is it like? Worry about your gold and your silver, because it was getting slaughtered too. Yeah, it was given. I know it was given to him, but he said he lost a wallet. Enzo said call was trash. Of course, there's nothing you can take, nothing you can say on a call to fix all the shit show that you're in, that he's in, Michael Saylor. But we are rallying, ladies and gentlemen. Nice wick, very nice wick here down about 7 p.m. last night. Excellent wick. I'd like to see that. Never closed below my October pivot. Well, technically it did, but I had a second line, a secondary line. Let me move up. I had a secondary line here at 62,300. We never closed below that. We wicked below, but came back up and didn't close. That's a very positive signal. That's a very positive signal, guys. So I think what we're going to do, always remember, previous support becomes future resistance. I don't use any indicators when I'm manually looking at these charts. Of course, Bloodalytics is the ultimate system. It's not an indicator. There's a difference. Go to bloodalytics.com. Link in the description below to find out the difference. This is a hell of a difference. This ain't no indicator, my friend. This is a system. This is a trading system. It tells you when to get in, when to take profits, when to cut your losses, all that stuff, right? But at any rate, I thought I would do a shameless plug there. But yeah, man, it's looking good for us, man. I like this V shape, very prominent, distinctive V shape here. Looks good. Looks good. Now, where do we go in the future? Where do we go from here? I'll get into that later in the show. I'll give you my opinions about the next move. Is it up? Is it down? Is it around town? Enzo said same here, man. I got it at 2024 around. Never looked back. Held it and kept learning. That's great, bro. Selloff says, "Blood, what's going to be a good entry point?" Not today. Let the weekend happen. See what happens over the weekend. You missed this. Don't FOMO into this. Well, if you're leverage trading, I'm thinking from a leverage trader, but if you're unleveraged, you know, you could nibble here, but wait until Sunday. Let's see what happens over the weekend. Let's see what happens Sunday on the open of Asia. Yeah, man, and you can start getting in. You can start getting in unleveraged if you're unleveraged, because look at, I mean, my God, we're talking about. Let me zoom in, because we got to zoom in on this. We got to zoom in on this, ladies and gents. We're talking about a 14-15% move off the lows, 17% move off the lows. So you got a lot of room here. If you're leveraged, this is dangerous unless you have bloodalytics.com, Scalpalytics Pro. I'm just saying. But if not, because we move and bob and weave and maneuver, you know what I mean? You like that word, maneuver? That's maneuver and weave at the same time. All right, so look, if you're unleveraged, you're good. You can start nibbling in on a pullback here. All you have to do is hide your stop loss behind, technically not even the wick, the body, the V, the body of the V is where you hide your stop loss. So you would hide your stop loss around the body of the V. Pause. Or not. What's another word? What's a word you can use that's not pause because it's gay, but pause because it's inappropriate? Not safe for work. This show used to be very not safe for work. I've pulled it back a little. Maybe I need to go back to being real, hide your kids, hide your wives type of show. I don't know. Like, Come on, Corey Holcomb for crypto. But anyway, hide your stop loss below the body of the V, which would be basically the second trend line here, or line. I have horizontal line at 62. You could just go ahead and say $62,000, right? Just hide your stop loss behind $62,000. We got Chikizi in the house. What's going on, brother? No, brother. If voice, you ain't late. I'm late. I'm an hour late today. Hyman says, still have some dry powder. I bought more raw Bitcoin at 63. Nice. Shout out to Hyman, killing it. Elmo still a roommate, or is he on the couch? Elmo, listen. We only touch Elmo. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Elmo is only touched. We only give him a chef's kiss if, it's not even if, when MicroStrategy goes bust. When I say bust, I don't mean like bust a bust. I mean stops buying Bitcoin. If they're forced to stop buying Bitcoin, it is over. And don't even give us a scenario of them having to sell Bitcoin. Now I'm hearing the CEO of MicroStrategy say that they wouldn't have forced liquidations, and MicroStrategy is a big time today off the lows, up 23% today. They wouldn't have to sell Bitcoin until it got to $8,000, or not sell, but yeah, like sell, liquidate to do whatever. I don't know. I believe that. See, that's not the problem. The problem is if they can't get any more money, if they can't raise any more capital to buy more Bitcoin. That's my issue. And it may not be next month. It may not be in May, June, March. It could be in the second quarter or second half of this year. You know, when they deplete those, after those dividends keep going out, they got to pay 11.5%. They got a reserve of 1.5 billion, I think. But that is, as Peter Schiff says, what happens when they run out of that money to pay the shareholders? So I'm looking at this from a 6 to 12 month time frame of potential headwinds for Bitcoin because of strategy. Now, could we see this be the low and we go for a massive rally and we double from here? Of course it's possible, but is it probable? I would say no, because there has been a shaking of confidence behind the narrative of what Bitcoin is. Like, we did not see a rally in Bitcoin as the precious metals rolled up starting last year, mid to last year. We started to see precious metals take off. Bitcoin did not do anything. In fact, it ended the year negative. So finally, everyone realizes what I've been saying forever, is that Bitcoin is not a safe haven risk off asset. It is a risk on asset. And I think I saw Wendy O say, respond to a comment about Bitcoin being risky, and she said it is not risky, or it's not a risk on, or something along the lines. It most certainly is. Sorry, boo. It is a risk on asset. It surely is. Purely is probably the most pure risk on asset you can have. So it's not a safe haven. Now, if the new guy comes in, he starts to get an easy money policy going, like Trump wants, Warsh. If Warsh comes in and he lowers interest rates, boom, you might get a catalyst. You might get a spark. But I can't confidently say they're going to do that just yet. I can't confidently say that. Jason Mack in the building. What's going on, bro? Shout out to Cold World. I guess his album dropped. I didn't even know. Haven't bought yet. Hoping we go lower and hoping I don't miss out. I hear that, Mike. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. So, Bitcoin's down 28% for the year. We're actually that's actually kind of close to, well, not really. I mean, I was thinking like maybe 40, 50% low, or even 60% low before we move up and end the year positively. Remember, I said we're going to end the year positive, meaning I think we're going to end the year above $86,000 Bitcoin. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. There you go, bro. Anytime you buy almost anything, it is a, you know, listen, the only way you get return is taking risk. The only thing that's not a risk on asset and you know, is a debt, like a bond, right? A US Treasury note is the least risky. It's so little of a risk, they go ahead and say it's a risk off asset, but there still carries risk. There is a possibility, maybe not a probability, but there's a possibility that the United States could default, right? That is a possibility, maybe not probable. So there's a slight risk, very marginally small, but a slight risk of holding US Treasury debt. So yeah, man, there is almost no, only thing that's risk off is cash. I know that sounds weird to you, potentially, but technically, cash is a risk off position to be in, because you're not, there's no skin in the game. You're in cash. Cash over time loses its value and has lost, 99% of its value, but it's a slow death. It's speeding up a little bit, but still, you're not speculating in any particular asset class. So that's why we call cash technically risk off, and treasury bills, US treasury bills, and T-bills and bonds and all that is also kind of like risk off. You can add in there money market accounts. There is some risk there for sure, but less risk, a little bit above bonds and T-bills, but you get the picture. So you got to know what you're talking about out here. You got to know what you're talking about. That's why you're here, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you're here. Have no fear. Organic. Mr. Organic is here. Who knows about Mr. Organic? I saw Organic, by the way, in Florida. I saw Organic, Mr. Organic at Art Basel, at Art Basel, actually. Yeah, I saw Mr. Organic at Art Basel. That's funny. All right, so let's look at well, we already looked at Elmo. Let's look at this WEX. I call it WEX. Some people say Wix. I say WEX the best. We the best, ladies and gentlemen. WEX and Crypto Blood partnership. $100 deposit, $50 bonus, and a 7-day free trial of Bloodalytics.com. Scalpalytics Pro. Will V says, Vegas says, this guy knows the game. A little bit. Always learning, but definitely more than a lot of these so-called experts or whatever. I'm not trying to throw no shade at nobody. Let's look at Forex Factory. We had prelim U of M consumer sentiment today. Came in higher than expected. 57, I have to scroll up here. 57.3 versus 55. And then we had preliminary U of M inflation expectations came in at 3.5. So Silver, man. Let's take a look at silver. Jeez Louise. Let me do a refresh. Also got the link that Mike gave us. Mike from RTD gave us a few streams ago last week. I'll drop that in the chat room. I know someone commented. I didn't even see this comment until yesterday. They made the comment like 3-4 days ago. But there's the chart. Metalschart.org gives us a breakdown. I like this breakdown because it gives you spot, it gives you futures, it even gives you backwardation basis, which is neat. So backwardation is essentially, we're in backwardation right now, FYI. So backwardation is when the spot price, current cash price, is higher than the futures price. Should not be. Your futures rate or price should always be the future, right? The expectation in the future. We're in backwardation right now by 49 cents. Not a lot, and it's probably, going to fluctuate, but just know that we're in backwardation. Shanghai is at 82. We got a premium of only 6% now. This premium used to be, remember last weekend it was like 49%. I said it could not stay. It's unsustainable. And clearly, there you go. I don't know if the arbitrage happened or the crash caused it to happen. I don't know what it is. And I don't know if there was an entity that was able to exploit this. And this is part of the reason why we've seen such a massive move down. But listen, the premium was like 46%. Buying opportunity. How is your stablecoin doing? I am looking to pull some of my dividend stocks and put it into a stablecoin if you don't mind sharing. What do you mean by how am I stable? You mean the yield on them? Is that what you mean, Hyben? As the great Deepak Chopra stated, God is just a construct. Cute girls are real. That's why gold will win. Boy, I like that one. Cute girls are ugly girls real too? I think so. There's a lot of niggas out there that got some ugly girls, man. They got some boogers in there, in their coffers. If you can get it, yeah, right. There's still a disconnect as far as the physical and paper price. Yeah, ultimately, I think crypto will be fine. It was just a little weird to see last year and going into this year, precious metals take off. And not only did crypto, or I should say more so Bitcoin, did not participate, it actually went the opposite way. So we'll see what happens. Was there a loss of confidence? Because you got to remember, retailers are not, unfortunately, retailers are not the, what do you call it? The drivers of Bitcoin's price. It's institutional players and institutions buying on behalf of the investment class. So unfortunately, that's the case. I wish it were not. I wish it was the other way around, where the base dictated and controlled things. But at the end of the day, price is price, value is value. There is a difference. You have to understand that. The price of Bitcoin is going to be different than the value of Bitcoin. The price will go up and down. Same with the gold and silver, right? Or any other precious metal. The price of silver and the value of silver are two different things. You got to understand the difference. And most people only look at the price of things, not the value. Luxury brands, we've seen that they've taken a tumble because, as you know, during the pandemic, what did we have? We had all these luxury, quote unquote luxury houses, fashion houses, increased their prices, but the value either stayed the same or went down. And you know, this is another key point that Crypto Yo brings up. The Epstein files, that we now know, this is not even, listen, this is not rumor, this is not hearsay, this is fact, that Epstein had his hands on the development of Bitcoin, and the more so the direction that Bitcoin went. So are people selling because of that? Is there some, you know, I don't know why they would suddenly in financial markets someone get a moral high ground and then think of, so I don't know. But there structurally has been a shift in what's going on with the crypto world. Now there's still money to be made. As a trader, I mean, all I need is volatility. So I'm loving the volatility that we're getting from crypto. Still one of the best markets to trade, honestly. I know my guy Crypto Face, I don't know if he was just playing around, but he said he left crypto. Look at this, man. We're going crazy right now. I don't have, so let me look at Bloodalytics, because I don't think we had, oh, we did have a trade today. I wasn't able to trade this morning. We did get a trigger on a trade, finally. So we're getting our signals reset for Bloodalytics, Scalpalytics Pro, Bitcoin. I wonder if my girl caught this one. Jenna X is using Bloodalytics now. I wonder if she was able to catch this now. There was some heavy flopping and groping right here, man. You got to stick to it, though. You got to stick with it. When scalping, listen, this is why people burn out on scalping, because they get fatigued. They get losers for fatigue. You got to stick to it. You're going to see a lot of minimum or small losses, and then you're going to get the big wins that really make up for those losses big time. So if you would have started here, you would have taken an L here, right here. These are small L's, but still you would have had to switch directions here, here. And this is because this is not the, normally we don't see it, but you see the moves that we have right now. The moves are historic. 17% moves in a couple of hours. So this is, keep it in context. We don't normally have this problem. But if you're brave enough to trade it, you would have been highly rewarded with that last long right there at 10:30. Boom. And you would have been going crazy right now, because that move alone is a 4% move up. 4% is diabolical when leverage trading. Even a little bit, just 10x, 7x. It's going crazy. You're going crazy. So, yeah, we're back at it with Scalpalytics Pro. Finally, because you know that big move on last Saturday really messed up kind of all the calculations on everything. It just blew it out of the water. So we had to get some recalibration going, and it was going to take a few days for it to recalibrate and you know, kind of come in to zones where we could start initiating trades again. And we're finally there, it looks like. So that's good. Ethereum, you would have triggered a long here during the Eurozone, UK London zone. It was a flop and grope twice. So we tried to go long here at 4 a.m. Went short. That got stopped out, went short, and then we went long again here. And that would have carried you all the way to Valhalla, ladies and gentlemen. The powerful elite try to hijack every good thing using finance. Exactly. That's exactly it. It is, bro. Every single thing. Everything. So, we listen. Bitcoin was hijacked years ago. Me, Rice, Mind Your Biz. We were bold enough to go ahead and say it. We didn't care. We didn't care. We knew it. We knew Bitcoin was hijacked. But the good thing is we have blockchain, and that can't be unseen, right? That means that, in the future, we will have the possibility of us creating, or if it may exist now. I said this on the stream yesterday. I had Crypto Crank on, and I was like, the next coin, the next Bitcoin, you can't even conceive it because it may come from an AI agent. It may come from an AI agent, which is even better than having to worry about who made the shit. If an AI agent created it, it's open source. You can see all the code. Then now we're fully autonomous in a currency. So I don't know, man. We'll see how the future goes. Is Bitcoin it? The likelihood is no, it's not. It's not the final one that we actually end up with. And I know, you're not supposed to think like that in the Church of Bitcoin. That's blasphemy. Michael Saylor is the Pope of the Church of Bitcoin. But yeah, that's the truth, man. That's the truth. Shakiza says it is the people involved in Bitcoin that present an attack vector can be compromised using carrot or stick. Yep, like money or threats. Exactly. So the core team, is a threat. Or is an attack vector. If you have an autonomous entity that does it, an AI agent or agents, agentic an agentic decentralized currency, created currency, I should say, then maybe that attack vector is eliminated. I don't know. Maybe. So I don't know, man. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Let's see what Hyping was saying. Yeah, the yield per month and which is the most trusted in your opinion. So I actually stake from my wallet just so that I don't have any additional carry risk of having it on a Coinbase or something like that. There are multiple wallets. I'm not going to say the wallet I use, but if you go out and look for wallets that you can use and stake your own stable coins from, and other coins as well, look into that. You can stake it right on the network. So just look into that. Yep, look into that, my guy. Hyping, I don't know if are you a YouTube premium member? If not, a YouTube member of my channel. If not, I was gonna say drop a message in the Telegram room where the YouTube members are. If not, trying to think how you can maybe DM me or message me on Telegram. I'll give you more details on that. Let's see here. Shout out to everybody over on X2 watching. So it's looking like we're gonna be able to start getting back to trades this coming week. So I'm very excited about that. So lock in with me. Next week we'll be live trading. Scalpalytics Pro, getting updates on trades and everything. So definitely lock in with a brother to see what we do live. We do it live, ladies and gentlemen. We trade live. We trade live. Let's just quickly look at I want to look at this tweet that I saw from a guy named Nicholas Ward. He says silver sentiment is shifting, not just an opinion, but on fundamentals, industrial demand, and supply deficits driving the change. Yeah, don't get shaken out of this. Don't get tricked out of this leg down in precious metals. Something is wrong, and it's being priced into the markets. They came in last week, slammed it down to try to control the perception and narrative of silver and gold and everything. We know it. We know they came in and slammed it down. So just keep stacking. If you are, keep buying. These are great prices, even better prices, if you can get your hands on it, right? So just giving you a heads up on that, guys. Keep stacking those silver and gold coins because they're trying to shake us out. They're trying to shake us out. Zhao, this is hilarious. Look at this. I'm not a tech guy, but how is it possible that a large asset like Bitcoin I'm not a tech guy. You're also not a smart guy, my friend. You gonna get donkey of the day. I'm not a tech guy, but how is it possible that a large asset like Bitcoin drops from 90,000 to 60,000 in 72 hours? Well, first of all, my friend, Bitcoin is not a large asset. Bitcoin is not a large asset at all, bro. At all. Very small. I'm surprised it didn't drop more than this. Everyone basically decided to sell together. Futures, spots, ETF, miners, all dumping together. There are too many questions today and not enough answers. This sounds like an AI Asian guy generated tweet. When I say Asian guy, I mean, you know, the Asian AI guy that's on YouTube, not throwing any, you know, racist remarks toward my Asians. My Asian persuasion. Shout out to all my Asians out there. Silver dropped 40% in less than a week. And it's way bigger than Bitcoin market cap. Won't you tell him, brother? Preach. Preach, bro. He's got... man, whatever. So, XRP plunges 16% and worst drop among Bitcoin, ETH, and major coins. Yikes. I didn't even realize that. XRP, what's going on with the XRPZ? Seems to be all right today. It must have made, yeah, it made a hell of, look at that bounce. Look at that recovery. Yeesh. I need to put, I need to look at Scalpalytics Pro on XRP. See what it was doing. But look at that bounce back. Bounce back was crazy today. It's up 18% today, but yeah, it has recovered. Now, year to date is down 35%. Not a fan of XRP at all. But it's not just XRP, it's most of the coins. Like, they have no utility. Like, it's just vapor. It's all vaporware, bro. You can't listen. I've been in this game since 2013. You can't tell me anything. None of y'all can tell me anything, because I've sit here and waited for 13 years. Ain't seen shit happen. None of them. The closest I have to say would be Solana. And I used to bag and rag on Solana so bad. Look at this fucking fear index is at 5. Can it go to 0? Can the fear and greed index go to 0? You gotta buy on this, bro. Like seriously. I've never seen the fear be at 5. What the hell? Yeah, you gotta buy, ladies and gents. You gotta buy. You gotta buy. Just on the sheer strength of a 5 in index on the fear and greed. At any rate, all these coins, bro, with the exception of Chainlink, which Chainlink carries some Ethereum risk, meaning I don't think Ethereum is going to make it. I don't think Ethereum is the only reason it's made it this far is because of the financialization of Ethereum. When they came in and created the ETFs and Wall Street came and circled the drain. That's the only reason why we saw Ethereum survive with that infusion of capital. But Chainlink is really the only one that has real world utility and usage. You can say some of these privacy coins, sure. There's actual intent and usage and utility with the privacy coins, but I have my concerns about privacy coins longevity from a quantum perspective. I will want to see a post-quantum privacy coin, and I'll feel much more confident with that. But all these shits are just ain't much action, Jackson. Ain't much action, Jackson. I'm just telling you. All these hoes. All these hoes with pretty toes. It's just it. There isn't. So I'm not picking on XRP. Solana, again, is the closest I see that has a lot of activity and a lot of, whether it's useless activity, it is at least, the meme coins, does it add any value to society? No, it's speculative, but they've got 1,000 transactions per second network that's up and running and has been live and haven't had too many issues since they've made their upgrades. That's why I'm going with Solana overall over Ethereum. Yeah, that's it. Everyone else around the world can trade in Ethereum. What you mean, Prospector? What do you mean by that? That's it, though, ladies and gents. Thank you for tuning in on an hour late. I got started an hour later today, but I'm here. I made it. Round of applause. Don't forget again, upgrade coming today, later today. Scalpalytics Pro 2.0 rollout for Bitcoin and Ethereum first. Then we'll upgrade the Solana BNB and Sui XRP ones shortly after. But the main one will be V2, Scalpalytics Pro V2, going live. You'll see, I'll drop a message in the Bloodalytics Telegram room and maybe even send out an email to everybody who's subscribed to let them know that way as well. That's it, guys. Have a great weekend. Trade Intuition in the building. XRP is like junk silver. Oh, that's a great analogy. Cult following, but why not just get the real thing? The real thing being what? Bitcoin? If that's what you're saying, that's comparing apples to oranges in my opinion. XRP is not even... XRP will be more related to your blockchain 3.0 coins, like your... or maybe 2.0, but like your BNB, your I don't even want to compare it to Solana, but your Solanas, your Trons, your Cart, like those, right? Bitcoin is in really a league of its own, in my opinion. But yeah, I agree. Cult following for no reason. Oh yeah, H-bar. I do like H-bar. Yes, I still have H-bar. Yeah, you would compare XRP to ETH. ETH in that regard is much better than XRP. Like they don't have any, like if you go look, I used to do this all the time when my shows were more about the industry, not so much trading. Now we're just strictly trading because I don't have any faith in currently where we are with development and progression in the blockchain world. But I used to show this site that showed activity, chain activity, right? And it's fucking vaporware. Like I said, the only one that has real activity is your Solana, Ethereum. And again, I'm leaving Bitcoin out of it because I'm talking about like, kind of like smart contract, smart chain platforms. These developers building hidden licks and software outside of stables and Bitcoin. You ain't lying, bro. This shit like they got these white boys, man. Hey man, they made a killing making these vaporware software platforms that nobody ever ended up using. Gareth Soloway says Bitcoin 75 to 80, then roll over. Oh really? Let me see here. Just off the backs of that, that sounds like that could be the case. Yeah, that sounds good to the ear. Just a gut feeling. So he said 75. Yep. That's what yep, you're right on. This is why I know y'all rag on him. Bear Soloway. He's a good trader, man. I know he's been wrong, but we all are wrong at certain points. I guess he just kind of like doubled down on stuff. But yeah, like 75 will be our trend line right here. I don't see us going any higher than 75-ish. 77, 70, yeah, 77, 75. By the time we get to 75, it's like this V is so sharp right here. This V is so damn tight. Again, give me a word for the inappropriateness, because it's getting inappropriate. The V is tight, baby. The V is tight right there. Boy. Can't even get, you know what I mean? All right, okay. So, I don't see us shooting all the way up to here like that, going to $78,000. So you gotta kind of project outwards. And so a projection outwards on the time on the x-axis would be something like this, where we get a move down, maybe a consolidation. You have the what do you call it? What are the Elliott wave theory? You get the 1, 2, 3, and then the ABC, and then 1, 2, 3 started over. So you can get the ABC here, and then another 1, 2, 3, and then A, B, C, D, all the way down to Elmo. Tight V for the win. Tight V for the win, baby. Oh, man. All right, I'm out of here, people. Have a happy weekend. Be safe out there. If you're up north, stay warm. And I will check y'all Sunday on the kickoff AMA. Bloodalytics AMA. We'll go over, and actually on Sunday, I will start going over the live. I'll go over the upgraded Scalpalytics Pro so you guys can understand it and utilize it the best way you can. All right, that's it. Hit the like button, share the stream. I'm out of here, people. Holla!
Stack my coin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, all on my groin. Keep blowing my horn. We fuck like porn. These rappers is whack. They lyrics is corn. I'm getting this money. It never get born. I'm loading my strap. They calling the law. Fuck around and you clap for running your jaw. If it ain't about the dollars, then it don't make sense. Got me sipping brown water, but it ain't from Flint. Trying to chase all this bread, though the shit won't last. About to shut the city down like a crypto crash. Stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash. Stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash.
Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks! We'll do it live.
Okay.